Now, Good Morning Northwest, a student body trying to understand tragedy, what we know about the Reardon high schooler who died in an accidental shooting, and the charges against his friend.
We start with some light winds. A wind chill advisory still in effect and near record cold temperatures, but we do have light at the end of the tunnel. We'll have a full check of the forecast coming up.
This is the one-year anniversary of Russia's war with Ukraine. We look back at the destruction and ahead to new pledges from the U.S. for more support for Ukraine and to China's new role. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Robin Nance. Derek is off this morning. It is Friday, February 24th, and it is another cold start to the day. Mark here with a look at our first alert forecast.
All right, we look back to 2011. We had our all-time record low on this date of 3 degrees. We're now sitting at 4 degrees. When we say near record low, we mean that. 7 below is the wind chill currently. That's how it feels on your skin. Better than yesterday, but we're still going to see that through the morning hours. Again, with a very cold start today. Winds die down later on, getting to light later on today. Warmer next week. Not going to be bad, still below average, but Sunday we're going to see 1 to 2 inches of snow. We'll show you where that's coming from. The morning wind chill, yeah, 10 below into Liberty Lake, 13 below Deer Park. Downtown about 3 below 0. You need to make sure you're dressed appropriately. By this afternoon, things look much better. Even though it'll be 24 degrees with no wind and sunshine and your sunglasses on, it's going to be pretty nice. So we do have sub-zero wind chills. We get into the 8 o'clock hour. Things by 10 above 0 when it comes to wind chill. Temperatures continue to climb. And at 24 degrees, it should feel like 24 degrees, but it will be sunny outside. We'll have more on the forecast coming up.
Today marks 1 year since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Since then, an estimated 200,000 Russian troops have been either killed or wounded. Tens of thousands of Ukrainian civilians and soldiers slaughtered and millions others displaced. Sydney Charles is live at the Breaking Now desk with the latest on the war.
That's right. It's been 1 year since Russian President Vladimir Putin launched a full-scale invasion of neighboring Ukraine. And this morning, the people of Ukraine, backed by the U.S. and NATO allies, are still fighting back. President Biden has announced a new $2 billion military aid package to Ukraine, which includes additional artillery rounds, military drones, more funding for training, and more missiles. The White House also announced new sanctions on more than 200 people and companies in Russia, as well as Chinese companies accused of evading sanctions on Russia. It comes as China released a peace plan calling for a ceasefire without more specifics. Still, the U.S. is concerned they may provide lethal military aid to Russia.
I'm hopeful, but in a very clear-eyed way, that China will get that message, because it's not only coming from us, it's coming from many other countries.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is expected to address the UN Security Council this morning, denouncing Russia's aggression against Ukraine. It comes a day after the UN adopted a non-binding resolution calling for Russia to end its war. And President Biden is expected to meet with the G7 and President Volodymyr Zelensky today. The administration will issue additional sanctions against Russia and more economic, energy, and security aid to Ukraine. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Police have identified 15-year-old Shadrach Hall Turner as the victim in Wednesday's shooting in Reardon. He was a student at Reardon High School, and although class was in session yesterday, we're told teachers used that time to focus on healing for students trying to cope with losing a classmate. Only about half of the students attended.
We, after hearing them, opted to have a modified schedule today, but it's not, it's not a normal day. We're on a normal 2-hour late start schedule, but if you're going to, say, math class, there's not a lot of math going on today. We're just all processing what happened.
Police say a night with a group of boys hanging out, playing video games, ended with one getting shot. The teenager who fired the gun is being held on charges for first-degree manslaughter and unlawful possession of a firearm, although those charges haven't been finalized. Public safety, housing, and mental health were some topics in Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward's State of the City address. She spoke about accomplishments made in the last year and how she plans to move the city forward. She also emphasized the importance of working together as a community. The mayor says public safety is the city's top priority. She spoke about the police department's new staffing model that shifts officers to neighborhood patrols.
We heard from neighborhoods and businesses, individuals and organizations, and officers themselves about their strong desire to continue to improve how we serve. The feedback was consistent. People want more officers on patrol in their neighborhoods. They want to know the officers on patrol in their neighborhoods, and they want greater responsiveness to all levels of calls.
She says violent crime is on the rise in our community and around the country. The Violent Crimes Task Force was formed in June. It takes on the most prolific offenders accused of drive-bys, murders, and assault. She says the task force arrested 4 people since it formed. New on Good Morning Northwest, fire destroyed a mobile home southwest of Spokane. It happened about 4:30 yesterday afternoon on Max's Lane, just off of Assembly. According to the battalion chief with Fire District 3, the home was a partial loss and crews salvaged some belongings for the homeowner. The Red Cross is providing assistance to the 2 people who lived there. It is now approaching 6 minutes after 6 o'clock, and it is a very, very cold start to the morning. As you've been hearing Mark saying, it is near record. We are like 1 degree off of a record.
All right, so here's the deal. Checking out Lookout Pass, packed snow and ice, but everyone else is looking okay. Even Stevens Pass looking better than Lookout Pass right now. Hey, we're going to continue to see some clear skies and calmer winds. We'll have more on that coming up.
And the city of Spokane's yard waste pickup starts on Monday and goes through November. This morning, we're talking about what goes in the green bin and how your waste turns into compost.
A discovery in a crawl space beneath a high school. What a school employee found that led to the arrest of a colleague, and what happened when that guy didn't show up in court.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app. The 4 News Now First Alert Weather app. Download or update it today.
Looking for style, power, and technology wrapped in Buick luxury? The 2023 Buick Envision Compact SUV has just what you're looking for, with technology like Amazon Alexa built-in, wireless smartphone charging, head-up display, and wireless compatibility for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Take the wheel and lease an Envision for just $345 a month. Come see the selection of new Buicks just off I-90 at George Gee Buick GMC, the top volume GMC Buick dealer in Washington State.
Go, Chiefs, go! Out of the way for Berthelot out front. Backhand shoots and scores! Chiefs Berthelot with 4:45 left.
Your Spokane Chiefs are back in the arena this Friday and Saturday. Friday, the Chiefs play Portland, featuring the Shriners Hospitals for Kids Chiefs Jersey Pillow Giveaway. Saturday, February 25th, the Chiefs play the Tri-City Americans on Chiefs Fight Cancer Night, presented by Inland Imaging. For tickets and game times, go to SpokaneChiefs.com.
Granite Concepts, beauty set in stone.
She was looking so fine, 5'5" thinking that's style.
Where's the butler?
It's John Butler.
Hate being judged by your name? So do we. At Consigned Furniture and Jewelry, we're not what you think. Our inventory is the best in the Northwest. Like this, and this, and this. Check out the most unique shopping experience in the universe.
This is the show you've been waiting for, the 45th Annual Spokane Home and Yard Show, this weekend at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. See hundreds of the latest home improvement products and services, and save time and money with one-stop shopping and show specials. Enjoy the feature landscape displays and start planning now for your spring projects. Admission only $8. Tickets on sale now at CusterShows.com. Spokane's 45th Annual Home and Yard Show, presented by Jim Custer Enterprises.
It is 9 minutes after 6 o'clock. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. The head of the NTSB says the toxic train derailment in East Palestine, Ohio was 100% preventable. Investigators say video shows a wheel bearing overheating, sparks and flames shooting from one of the cars, and the train passing through 3 sensors, showing the temperature near the wheel skyrocketing from 38 degrees to 253 degrees, all within a 30-mile span. The NTSB says critical alarms notified the crew to halt the train, but the train derailed as crews responded. The report is now leading to questions about how that train could have been slowed down much sooner. The Pentagon is working to find out how a trove of internal U.S. Special Operations Command emails leaked for 2 weeks without the military's knowledge. The investigation follows an independent cybersecurity researcher's discovery of 3 terabytes of Department of Defense unclassified emails dating back to February 8th, found on the internet. Right now, investigators believe it was due to a misconfiguration of a computer server. A former facilities manager in Massachusetts is accused of running a cryptocurrency mining operation out of a high school. Another employee discovered the setup in December 2021 in a remote crawl space under the school, seeing electrical wires and several computers that seemed out of place. 39-year-old Nadim Nahas was supposed to be in court yesterday but did not show up, forcing a judge to issue a warrant for his arrest. According to a Boston crypto expert, crypto mining takes massive amounts of electricity, meaning it cannot be done efficiently at a home.
Here's efficiency. 10-second takeaway on this Friday morning. Bitter cold start, no doubt about it. We have northeast winds, less than yesterday, but still causing wind chill. So get your warm winter gear, get your sunglasses. Our high today, 24.
A bill that would stop most employers in Washington from testing job applicants for cannabis is a step closer to becoming law. One of the sponsors of the bill told Como News that many people don't apply for jobs because of fear of failing a drug test. But he also says there are a few exceptions. It would not apply to jobs that require a federal government background check or safety-related positions. It's important to note that the bill only covers the drug test during the hiring process. It now heads to the House for a vote. Good morning, Northwest time is 6:11. Stick around. Mark's full forecast is about 4 minutes away. And are you ready to do some yard work? Well, maybe not today, but pretty soon. Destiny Richards is live helping us think ahead to when we can start using those green yard waste bins again and what you can actually use them for right now.
Idaho is growing, but let's not just grow larger.
Let's grow smarter.
After high school, college, or university,
Idaho public colleges and universities have the 6th lowest costs of all states.
And higher education means higher incomes.
More opportunities.
A better life for you.
For us.
For Idaho.
For Idaho.
Visit educationforidaho.org to learn more.
Eugene Levy and his new travel show. I'm dying to go to the rainforest.
Why?
It's got to be beautiful, right?
It is from a plane.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
There is still time for amazing savings at More Furniture. The remaining inventory from our holiday sale is all priced to sell and new stock is arriving daily. It's your opportunity to get the very best in value and style for every room in your home. So go on, create that cozy living room you've been thinking about. Design a sanctuary bedroom or become the host of your dreams with an immaculate dining set. It's all on sale. Visit morefurniture.com to preview all sales specials.
At Mazda, we engineer confidence behind the wheel for all our drivers. The fact that the 2023 Mazda CX-5 remains the only small SUV in its class to achieve the highest rating in the new IIHS Side Impact Crash Test as of July 2022 ensures this confidence also extends to our passengers.
The all-wheel drive Mazda CX-5 was built for the Pacific Northwest. We have over 60 Mazdas in stock now at Foothills Mazda. Take yours home today or visit SpokaneMazda.com.
When you're faced with the question,
"Hey, honey, what do you want for dinner?"
he should know my answer is going to be mustard seed. Original signature dishes that are made fresh daily, great happy hours, and locally owned. Life's too short for mediocre food. Mustard seed, where Spokane eats. Dine in, take out, and delivery.
Your kids want smartphones, but too much screen time can be dangerous. How do parents find a healthy balance, and what's at stake if we don't? I'm Derek Dice. 4 News Now starts the conversation with my special report, The Social Media Effect, Tuesday on Good Morning Northwest.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a heat pump with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free heat pump from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs. 4 News Now is brought to you by Chihuahua Casino.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It is 6:15, and it's time to put out those green bins again. Well, in a couple of days. The city of Spokane will start curbside pickup for yard waste again on Monday. A great time to dispose of those fall leaves, food scraps, and paper items that can be composted instead of dumped in with all of your other trash. Destiny Richards is live at the city's waste to energy plant with what you can be putting in those green bins.
Yeah, you can put in yard waste, food scraps, and paper scraps into these green bins. If you're just joining us, this is an optional program that starts on Monday. We're here with Chris Major again. Tell us a little bit about the things that go into this bin. Definitely those fall leaves that we got before the freeze.
Right. So any yard waste, including those leaves, any weeds, small branches that you might be cleaning up the yard after windstorms or something, that can go all in the green bin. But also food and food soiled paper, as long as it's not plastic covered or, any laminate or anything like that on it.
Yeah, and this is something that's a weekly pickup of these items. It all turns into compost. But here at the waste energy facility, there's trash that gets burned. And kind of what's the difference there with things that go into the bin to be composted versus don't let it go into the burning?
Right. So there's always garbage that you have, which is a lot of the plastics and the wrapping and packaging and things like that, and maybe paper that's has things other than food on it. So definitely those still go in the garbage. The best way of dealing with it is to here at our facility. Mm-hmm. But anything that's organic, like say the food soil paper, it's nice to take that out because about a third of everything that we're still throwing in the garbage could have been composted. Mm-hmm. And it's much better for that valuable resource to go back into the soil than to be burned for energy.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk again, if you missed it, about a composting class where you can learn to do this practice at home with your waste. That's coming up. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Destiny, thanks so much. We are about less than 30 minutes from sunrise. As you can see, the dawn is breaking. But boy, it is cold. We're not breaking records, but we are close.
We could be tying a record. I mean, the record low is 3 degrees set back in 2011. We're at 4 on 4 News Now. Thank you for the transition. All right, here we go. We're 4 degrees, but with these light winds, it's 7 below when it comes to the wind chill. So we want you to be prepared for that. Coeur d'Alene, you're sitting at 3 degrees this morning, and you've got winds to 14 miles an hour. So it feels like it's 11 to 12 degrees below zero when it comes to wind chill and how it affects your skin. Now, we look at our hourly forecast as we go through the day. Now, we're going to warm up to 24, but the winds become less. Therefore, wind chill has become less of a deal. And we're going to see those winds just really come to light winds, less than 10 miles an hour, and that's going to happen about 10 o'clock this morning. So things are looking pretty good. Again, in Coeur d'Alene, you have winds 14 miles an hour, Sandpoint to 13 miles an hour. Everybody else is playing pretty nice, but it's still single digits, still very cold. -4 into Colville right now, so it is gotten 2 degrees colder. We're at 3 in Coeur d'Alene, 10 in St. Mary's, and 13 into the Tri-Cities. We've got a clear sky, and it's cold. These wind chills, again, 13 below in Deer Park, West Plains, Airway Heights, 13 below, 10, -10 in Hayden, and -4 into Coeur d'Alene. So you just want to make sure everyone's dressed appropriately. All right, we're going to have some sunshine. Things look pretty good. We get into Sunday morning, as showing 5 a.m., that we're going to have that snow come in. And we're expecting 1 to 2 inches. It's not going to last long. By the afternoon, we'll see it move out. Still hanging out in the mountains, of course. That's going to be great for the skiers. Then we're going to see more snow showers coming in again on Sunday with higher elevations pulling more out of that. As we look at our highs today, we're going to be in the mid-20s, looking pretty good. Planning forecast. Hey, we are planning on the warmer temperatures, so it's going to be sunny and 35 for tomorrow. We'll have some variable clouds. Sunday, again, that 1 to 2 inches of snow during the day, starting in the morning, 36. And then we're going to have really mountain snows with Tuesday looking to be light snow here. All of that will add to the amounts that we have in the mountains, and we're holding on to a good snowpack. Let's get to the ski report, show you what you're going to be doing today. You're going to be dressing warmly. 49 degrees north. Got it 2 days ago, it was powder. It's absolutely gorgeous. You're still going to see some of that, and you're going to have winds that are going to be to 6 miles an hour. So less wind than we've seen over the last 48 hours. Look out past 22 degrees. Again, look out getting up there is going to be your biggest problem. Packed snow and ice onto I-90. 15 at Schweitzer today, so it's going to be cold, but it's going to be clear. You're going to find, again, some good groomers there. Silver is going to be 16 today. Again, 91 at the peak, 83 inches at the base. Mount Spokane was closed yesterday and the day before because of the winds. Not so today. They're open. 17 will be the high. You're going to see powder, packed powder, and groomers, and night skiing, which will have even calmer conditions. It's looking pretty good.
You probably won't have very big lines.
Not very big. I think you're absolutely correct.
So there you go. There's the plus. It is now 6:20. It's the biggest game of the regular season so far for the Zags, and it is on one of basketball's biggest stages. After the break, a preview of Saturday's game with St. Mary's as ESPN's College Game Day comes to town.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Here we grow again. Even more fun is headed to Spokane Tribe Casino. You love Caesar Sportsbook, the grill and bar, and larger variety of games we recently added. Gear up for a new food court, a completely smoke-free gaming area, a state-of-the-art entertainment venue, and more. Things just keep getting better. This February, you could win $5,000 cash or a trip to the last 4 games of the college basketball tournament in Houston, Texas. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
This February, if you're searching for something sexy, tough, reliable, and exciting, then you need to visit Findlay Downtown Toyota and fall in love with a new RAV4 or Highlander, or maybe a Tundra or Tacoma truck, and take advantage of great financing options. Plus, if you're looking for a quality used vehicle, we've got over 3 blocks full of great options to choose from. This February, fall in love with a new vehicle for 2023 from Findlay.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Walker's Furniture is ending the shortest month of the year with the biggest discounts of the year. For 28 hours only, get the biggest store-wide discounts up to 70% off. Plus, leave your credit cards at home and take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase special financing for 5 years. So you can get that new living room or bedroom furniture you've always wanted and pay for it over time with no money down during the 28-hour sale this weekend at Walker's.
Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in concert. Relive the adventure of Harry and his friends as a live symphony orchestra performs John Williams' unforgettable score with the full movie projected on the big screen. Don't miss this magical live concert event of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in concert.
Tickets on sale now. Get yours at ticketswest.com.
It's all about the person that's leaving this world, but it's equally about the family. We don't know how to handle certain situations, and hospice can come in and train us.
Takes a special person.
Yeah, I said, you are amazing at what you do. And she said, this is a calling, and I love what I do.
To learn how you can join the Hospice of Spokane team, visit hospiceofspokane.org.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minnesome. Gonzaga will take on St. Mary's on Saturday for what is the biggest game of the season. College Game Day will broadcast live in Spokane on Saturday morning, but the stakes of that game didn't matter unless Gonzaga beat San Diego on Thursday. And the Bulldogs played with a sense of urgency. The crowd was into it as Gonzaga takes down San Diego 97-72. Drew Timme had 22 points and 13 rebounds. Ben Gregg added 18 points off the bench. The Bulldogs had 4 players score in double digits. And next up, that date with St. Mary's for the WCC regular season title. Tip-off is at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. Gonzaga women's hoops locked up a share of the regular season WCC title, at least a share, with the 73-61 win over San Diego on Thursday. If the Zags want to win it outright, they'll have to beat BYU. Tip-off is at 1 o'clock on Saturday. Washington State men's basketball won its 4th game in a row with the 67-63 victory over Stanford. TJ Bamba had a career-high 22 points in that big bucket in crunch time. The Cougars will take on Cal at 2 o'clock on Saturday. Washington State women's hoops Hoops took down number 17 UCLA 62-55. It's the Cougars' first ever win in Pauley Pavilion. WSU will look to defeat USC at noon on Saturday. And Eastern Washington men's basketball won the regular season Big Sky Conference Championship and its 18th straight game by defeating Weber State 89-82 on Thursday. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
Could you go without buying any non-necessities for months at a time? No New Things is a sustainability challenge good for your wallet and the planet. In this Climate Minute, ABC's Ginger Z speaks to an expert who shares advice if you'd like to try it.
Americans are obsessed with things.
The average American household has 300,000 things. We have more storage units than Subways, McDonald's, and Starbucks combined.
To save time, money, and help the planet, Ashley Piper took on a No New Things challenge.
When I was needing clothing, things for my home, supplies, makeup, things like that, I was using what I had first.
And if she needed something, she could shop, but only secondhand, utilizing sharing websites like Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and FreeCycle.
Try to kind of write down all the things that you think you or your household, if they're participating, will need during that time that you would traditionally buy new. And then as you write that down, make a note next to it of how might you be able to acquire this in a different way.
When Ashley did No New Things for a year, she saved more than $16,000. Not only is No New Things good for your wallet and the planet, it's good for your mental health.
The psychology is so powerful when it comes to consuming. Because of how we have, it's just sometimes like eating disorders can be, it's about control.
Every way that we purchase things, especially nowadays, is really, it's geared towards that immediacy.
With this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Z.
It is now 6:26. As we head to a break, your first look at what's coming up on GMA starting at 7. Stick around.
In this morning's GMA First Look, in a dramatic move by the defense, Alec Murdaugh taking the stand in his own case.
What is your decision?
I am going to testify. I want to testify.
Murdaugh immediately denying he killed his wife and son.
Mr. Griffin, I didn't shoot my wife or my son anytime. Ever.
But Murdaugh admitting he lied when he said he wasn't at the crime scene in the minutes before the murders, acknowledging that it was his voice in this video. He says he was there, but then left shortly afterward.
Hey, he's got a bird in his mouth.
Mr. Murdaugh, is that you? On the kennel video at 8:44 p.m. on June 7th, the night Maggie and Paul were murdered.
It is.
And coming up at 7 a.m., Dan Abrams and Shauna Lloyd join us live to discuss how Murdaugh's testimony landed with the jury. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, Walterboro, South Carolina.
And all those things.
Think Mom's mad about her favorite shoes? Nope, because Bank of America lets her switch her Choice Cashback category to online shopping, so she earns more on a replacement pair.
With the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards card, you just can't stop getting rewarded.
I love shopping The RealReal. It's scoring something amazing for 90% off retail.
It's Gucci,
Hermes,
Louis Vuitton.
It's thousands of new finds every day.
The RealReal, where luxury is yours to define.
Shop now and get 20% off at therealreal.com. Terms apply.
This cough.
This will help.
Vicks Vapor Rub?
Vicks Vapor Rub's medicated vapors go straight to the source of your cough, so you can relieve your cough to breathe easier. Vicks Vapor Rub, fast-acting cough relief.
Even the most chill of parents know when it's time to go into protect mode. Nothing kills more viruses on more surfaces than Lysol disinfectant spray.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Save your dream!
Coeur d'Alene Wigs not only has a large selection of new and updated styles, we offer refurbishing and repairs on your current wig. Let Jennifer and Sandy at Coeur d'Alene Wigs help you have that great hair day every day. Appointments recommended.
Chihuahua Casino is all about having fun. We have over 300 gaming machines and are always adding new ones. You could win your share of $6,000 cash. And one lucky winner will receive this 2023 Can-Am Commander. Drawings start at 5 p.m. Saturday, February 25th. Chihuahua Casino, we are the place that treats you right. 100% non-smoking, jackpots, food, sports betting, live table games, and fun. Learn more at ChewelaCasino.com.
At Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, we are loaded and stacked full on the lot with over 100 new and used vehicles shipped to our dealership last month. So this February, we are offering a sweetheart of a deal by aggressively lowering prices to sell them fast. Plus, offering delayed payments until April 1st and giving you larger than normal trade-in values so you don't have to wait for your new vehicle. You can show up today and drive away in a new vehicle this week from Dishman.
Coeur d'Alene Wigs not only has a large selection of new and updated styles, we offer refurbishing and repairs on your current wig. Let Jennifer and Sandy at Coeur d'Alene Wigs help you have that great hair day every day. Appointments recommended.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker with the stories you are reading about online this morning. Disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein has been sentenced to 16 more years in prison. A California jury convicted him in December of raping a model and actress in a Beverly Hills hotel room in 2013. Weinstein is already serving a 23-year prison sentence handed down in New York in 2020 for another rape conviction. His attorneys have filed an appeal. Before a hushed courtroom, accused double murderer Alex Murdaugh took the stand in his own defense, immediately denying that he killed his wife and son.
Take this gun or any gun like it and blow your son's brains out on June 7th or any day or any time.
No, I did not.
If you take a 300 blackout and fire it into your wife Maggie, causing her death.
Mr. Griffin, I didn't shoot my wife or my son anytime. Ever.
Murdaugh admitted that he lied about being at the crime scene in the minutes before the murders, acknowledging that it was his voice in a video that aired. The once prominent South Carolina attorney saying he was paranoid because of his opioid addiction. He is due back on the stand today. His lawyers wanted to interrupt the cross-examination to call 2 witnesses. The judge said no. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance. Derek is off this morning. It is Friday, TGIF. It's February 24th. Mark is here, and it is so cold again this morning.
Yeah, single digits with light winds, bringing the wind chill to 7 below 0 for us. We're sitting at 4 degrees. That is 1 degree from tying that record low of 3 set back in 2011. It is 3 into Coeur d'Alene, and it just looks cold. Taking a look at the 4 things you need to know as we get going on a Friday. The very cold start. We're underway. Winds die down later on. Already not as bad as they've been over the last 48 hours. It's going to be warmer next week, but wetter weather coming in starting on Sunday, and we'll talk about the snowfall that's coming our way. Now, the morning wind chills, again, sub-zero, so making sure that the kids are dressed appropriately, that you are, especially if you have to walk or wait for a bus. Limiting your time outdoors when it's below 10 below or colder, really less than 20 minutes, and then get back inside. Our highs day under a sunny sky will be 24, so this afternoon will really appear to be warmer than it is, and this is the breakout. We're going to have wind chills of sub-zero till about 8 o'clock in the morning. The winds continue to calm as we go through the day. Wind chill will not play a big factor, but that 24 and sunny is going to feel pretty nice.
And from the Breaking Now desk, this morning, a winter storm moving across the U.S. is causing numerous power outages, flight cancellations, and road closures. Millions of people are being affected by this extreme weather, and rare blizzard warnings have been issued for places that rarely see snow, including some areas of Southern California. This morning, 23 states from California to Connecticut are on alert for blizzards, heavy snow, flooding, strong winds, and bitter wind chill. More than 30 million Americans are under those alerts right now. In the West, that storm is bringing record snow to Portland and a very light dusting to Hollywood Hills. Right now, according to PowerOutage.us, thousands are without power right now. The hardest hit states this morning are Michigan, California, Illinois, New York, and Oregon. The total number of people without power this morning due to this extreme weather is more than 800,000. Roads and airports are at a standstill with feet of snow expected in some areas. According to FlightAware this morning, more than 9,000 flights have been delayed and over 900 canceled. The National Weather Service says heavy mountain snow with blizzard conditions may make it nearly impossible for travel in some of these places. So if you're traveling through the West this weekend, the National Weather Service says these conditions are expected to last until early Saturday. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thanks so much. As more people pack into the inland Northwest, there could be more affordable housing on the horizon in Spokane. Lawmakers say we are facing a housing crisis. As a result, they are now trying to pull out all the stops to incentivize more housing. The Pavement to People ordinance would bring that housing to downtown Spokane. Parking areas, we are told, account for 30% of downtown land, and at the busiest point in the day, only 56% of those spots are utilized. In an effort to help the housing crisis, lawmakers see this as an opportunity to build affordable housing in the downtown area. 50% of the units built would be required to be affordable housing units at different affordability levels. The other half could be regular market rate housing.
This is another tool in the toolkit to incentivize more housing. We're also looking long-term about more options downtown. You can build more parking garages with housing on top of those parking garages. So there's lots of opportunities in the city of Spokane, and all council members and the mayor are all in alignment of trying to increase housing affordability in the city.
Under the tax incentive program, they would defer construction taxes for up to 10 years. If the units stay at an affordable rate for 10 years, they could write off that tax permanently. We spoke to some of the property owners of these parking lots. They tell us they're open to it. City Council will make the vote Monday, and if passed, developers could take advantage of the tax incentive program within the coming months. And as more people move into the inland Northwest, we want to share your stories and help find solutions for it. What concerns do you have with growth in the inland Northwest? Things like traffic, jobs, housing, whatever it is. Let us know by going to KXLY.com/packedin and join the conversation on how to work through these issues. Despite higher prices, endless talk of a possible recession and falling markets, 401k participants managed to keep their savings rates relatively steady in the fourth quarter of last year. And that is according to new data from Fidelity Investments. Experts from Fidelity say the average 401k savings rate, including both employee contributions and employer matches, held mostly steady at 13.7% in the fourth quarter. That's down from 13.8% seen in the third quarter. A lawmaker in Idaho has introduced a bill that could bring back firing squads as a method of carrying out the death penalty. The state banned using firing squads in 2009, but lately they have had trouble getting a hold of the drugs needed for lethal injection, the method commonly used to execute inmates. If approved, a firing squad would only be used if those drugs were not available. The bill still needs a public hearing before the committee will decide whether to send it to the House for consideration. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy is defending his move to give January 6th video to Fox News host Tucker Carlson. McCarthy told the New York Times he was fulfilling a promise to release the security video of the Capitol attack. It's a pledge he made to Republican Representative Matt Gaetz during his bid to become House Speaker. McCarthy also said he wanted Americans to see the video and make up their own minds about what happened that day. The more controversial part of the release is that he gave the video to Fox instead of having committees release it or present it. Good morning, Northwest time is now 6:37. Let's check back in with Mark, who is taking a look at that morning drive.
So, cold seat all the way into work.
Very cold.
Single digits, but the roads are in pretty good shape, the main arterials. Those side roads in the neighborhoods are still snow-packed and icy, so allow for some extra time and allow for extra room to go into traffic. Hey, the sun is coming up. It is going to be a gorgeous day sky-wise.
And an end to the legal battle over Value Village and how much charities actually benefit when you shop there. That's when Good Morning Northwest continues.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
The time to buy is now. Yes, RV show pricing continues at R&R RV in North Spokane. Over 125 RVs are indoors at 525 East Francis. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Don't shop in the cold. Shop over 125 RVs indoors now at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis. Online at rnrrv.com.
Love your home from the inside and out with new windows from Infinity from Marvin. Ultrex fiberglass is 8 times stronger than vinyl and virtually maintenance-free. Infinity's energy-efficient windows and doors are built for life and backed by our limited lifetime warranty. Give your home the fresh new look it deserves and find out why more people are choosing fiberglass.
Call 892-6460 or go to residentialhs.com today to schedule your free design consultation and estimate. Residential Home Solutions and Infinity Windows. Home improvements. Custom fit for life.
Choosing the right legal team is the most important decision you'll make. Craig Swap & Associates is a top personal injury law firm for one reason. We win.
Craig Swap & Associates. One call, that's all.
Hi, I'm Chris with Clark's Tire and Automotive. Right now is the best time to get your vehicle in to get it checked over. Come on in for a free winter inspection. We're going to check your brakes, shocks, struts, tires, air filter, wiper blades, and your heating and cooling system to make sure you're winter ready. If you can't make it into one of our shops, give us a call. We now have a mobile service. We offer a 2-year, 24,000-mile parts and labor warranty. We support our local law enforcement, our schools, our nurses and doctors, and we're here to support you. Come and try us out. We are a friendly neighborhood service repair center.
Spokane Hope Center for children born deaf and hard of hearing. They've got the kids. They don't have the room. We're expanding their theater of operations, refreshing offices, and it's all going to happen at the end of the month. The 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Savings at Lazy Boy are exciting enough that we don't need confetti, but why not? Don't worry, I'll clean it up.
The President's Day sale, 30% off everything. Lazy Boy. Live life comfortably.
It's now 20 minutes before 7 o'clock. More than 4 months since the FDA first announced a national Adderall shortage. Many patients are dealing with the consequences of that. Clara Pitt says Adderall changed her life for the better, helping her navigate the symptoms of ADHD.
It was just like as if anyone's worn glasses and you go around with dirty glasses, you get used to it and you don't realize that they're dirty. But when you clean them off, having that extra bit of clarity makes a world of difference.
Now, she is one of many Americans dealing with the shortage. The FDA says one reason for a shortage is the demand for Adderall has increased from 35 million prescriptions in 2019 to 45 million last year. But some manufacturers have yet to clarify what issues they are having, and experts say that's part of the problem.
It's really difficult to be able to anticipate and let alone come up with meaningful solutions if you don't know what the problem is.
The FDA says it is helping however it can to increase supply, but doctors say anyone looking for the drug needs to talk to their own doctors.
Our 10-second takeaway on a Friday morning. Hey, it's bitter cold, no doubt about it. We're sitting at 4 degrees. We have light northeast winds and a wind chill, so grab your warm winter gear, your sunglasses. The sun's out today, 24 the high.
A long-running legal battle between Value Village and the Washington Attorney General has ended. The lawsuit claimed that Value Village exaggerated how much money it gives to charities. The state Supreme Court has ruled in favor of Value Village, saying it is allowed to say what it wants in marketing campaigns because it is protected by the right of free speech. In an emailed statement, the Attorney General said he was disappointed by the ruling and noted that even the court agreed the company's marketing misled customers. It's now 6:42. Destiny Richards is live at the waste-to-energy plant this morning.
That's right. We are talking all about those green bins and what goes in them. Pickup starts on Monday, and coming up, we're going to talk about composting and how you can do it at home.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The Floor Trader Outlet Manufacturer Private Sale going on now. This exclusive manufacturer authorized private sale only happens once a year. 40% off select carpets, 10 days only. The Floor Traders Manufacturer Private Sale ends this month.
It's where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis.
I'm Jonah, and I'd like to welcome you to the brand new Coeur d'Alene Nissan. You'll find the grand dealership lobby open, comfortable, and relaxing. A service center with state-of-the-art equipment committed to getting you quickly and safely back on the road. There's much more to experience. I'm inviting you to stop in and see us. We're just off Highway 95 in Coeur d'Alene.
My name is Jennifer, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I
was diagnosed with breast cancer in November of 2015. Getting a cancer diagnosis is literally like having the rug pulled out from underneath you. When I'm at Summit Cancer Centers, I feel like they're kind of part of my family in a sense. They've always had my best interests in mind, so I'm actually very hopeful for the future. I would recommend Summit Cancer Center.
Hey, have you seen this TikTok family pairing thing?
Yeah, it's a bunch of settings we can customize.
So
Shauna's parents will be like, okay, so I'm thinking 40 minutes of screen time a day. And Shauna's all like, what? I think 60 is fair. Or you know how Ricky posts those 6 solos? Well, his dad's like, these are sick, but they're only sick for you and your friends. Or you could be like, I'm extending your screen time, son, and your curfew.
I don't sound like that. Do I sound like that?
Ironstone Furniture and Fire is making room for new inventory. For a limited time, you can create your ideal space and save on in-stock selections, sofas, chairs, tables, and more. Comfortable and beautiful furniture makes a house feel like home. Visit our showroom, Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
The Floor Trader Outlet Manufacturer Private Sale going on now. This exclusive manufacturer authorized private sale only happens once a year. 40% off select carpets, 10 days only. The Floor Traders Manufacturer Private Sale ends this month.
It's where the Northwest saves on flooring.
Corner of Division and Francis. 4 News Now is brought to you by Northwest Motorsport.
It's now 7:15. Did you know that some food and paper scraps don't have to go in the garbage? The City of Spokane's yard and food waste pickup starts back up on Monday. It runs through November. Destiny Richards is live at the city's waste-to-energy plant to tell us how some of that waste becomes compost.
That's right. All of that food and paper waste that you put into the green bin gets turned into compost at a facility. But this is something that you can do at your own home. That's what we're talking to Chris Major about this morning. Tell us just the basics of making compost yourself.
Yeah, so if you have a backyard and you can create a pile or a bin, it's just a matter of putting in some of the carbon material, which are browns, like dried leaves, and then you mix that with food scraps or the green material, like grass clippings, and you have a little bit of moisture, and then that's just encouraging things like bacteria and fungus and worms to eat all that material and then return it to a dark, rich compost. So it's just letting nature do what comes naturally to break that down, and then you're not throwing that material in the garbage.
Yeah, and whenever the green bins pick up all of that waste and turn it into compost industrially, where does that go, and what kind of does that do for our local environment?
Yeah, so that material goes back to the soil, whether it's a farmer or it's landscapers, so that the public can buy it and put it back into their yards. But instead of buying it, if you're creating the material, you may as well learn how to make it yourself.
Yeah, and there's a 6-week course that people can take, and that still has spots open.
It does. It's a Spokane County Master Composter Recycler program. And so we learn how to compost at home, how to use worm bins or ferment food waste, and then also to be better recyclers. So the whole thing is about making less waste.
All right, nice. And you can opt in to get one of those green bins if you don't want to make your own compost. You can go to our website, kxly.com, for all of those details and a link to apply to that class if you do want to become a master composter. I'll send it back to you guys in studio.
It's so good for all those plants we're going to be putting in this spring.
Oh, I love thinking about the spring. It's coming. It really is.
You know what's here? The Home and Yard Show this weekend.
That's right. It sure is. There you go. So we're all getting geared up. It doesn't feel like it. It's very springy right now, though.
Mother Nature is going, just hold.
Cool your jets.
Cool your jets. Hold on a minute. We're not planning anything yet. Remember, Mother's Day is our target. 4 degrees right now. The record is 3. That was set back in 2011, so we're getting close to that. But the wind chill is still 7 below 0. And we're going to see the wind chills that are going to really get better than we've seen in the last 2 days. In as much as we don't have the wind, high today 24, but it's going to be sunny. So you're going to step out and go, oh, the sun feels good. Now, we look at the forecast. Where is this warm air coming from and what comes with it? Well, the jet stream sliding down. We still have the Arctic air mass that's going to continue to make its way south. Now, warmer air coming in off the Pacific. That's going to come across. We see the snow coming in at about 1 to 2 inches for us, 4 to 6 inches into the mountains, and that's going to be great news for the skiers and for our snowpack. But again, we're going to see on the way to church maybe some light snow. And I say that like I'm heading there, but no. 4 degrees into Spokane, 4 below into Colville, Coeur d'Alene 3. St. Mary's, you're going to be again, you're sitting at 10 degrees, but we put in the wind chill. Liberty Lake feels like 10 below. West Plains feels like 13 below, and we have 13 below up at Deer Park. So there are areas where those kids need to be bundled up as they head to school. The layers hopefully will make it home this afternoon. The 4-day forecast, again, clear skies, cloud cover in and out Saturday. Sunday, we see that snow rolling through. It's going to continue until the afternoon. Then it should kick out and stop pretty quick. And then we're going to see really hit and miss showers after that. So our highs today are going to be into the mid-20s all over the region. We're going to see them warmer for Saturday. We look at the planning forecast, 35, 36 Sunday with that light snow, and still a chance of light snow or rain snow mix Monday, Tuesday. Next week, the Extreme team is in action. And of course, we're going to be at Spokane Hope Center. And that is the official week.
Very
and we're
exciting.
ready for it.
Oh,
So
we're all ready to see what you're going to do.
volunteers lined up. We're going to need some more, but it's going to be great.
Awesome. We'll hear all about it. It's now 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint's coming up next. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you in part by the mustard seed.
Living in the Inland Northwest has its advantages, and one of those is working with amazing people who dedicate their time and efforts to help others. STCU's Volunteers Count is a program to say thank you for this service and inspire others to give back too. Please tell us about a volunteer at a local nonprofit that inspires you. Go to KXLY.com/volunteerscount and nominate them. Help us showcase those people who give of their time and truly make a difference. Volunteers Count, brought to you by 4 News Now and STCU.
What happened there, Lucky Charm?
Hey, you're still up $400.
Yeah, but I did lose that one.
Well, maybe if you stop hitting 19. And while you're at it, put on your game face.
That's a good idea. How's this?
Just looks like your regular face.
There's a gleam in my eye.
What gleam? Hey, Brooke, do you see a gleam?
I have not seen a gleam since 19...
Fred's President's Day sale is on now. Shop local and save up to $500 in exclusive rebates.
Save $400 on a family-sized GE French door fridge marked down to only $15.99.
This GE fridge has an internal water dispenser and a factory-installed filtered ice maker.
With LED lighting and flexible shelving, this fridge is loaded with features.
Fred's has this GE French door in stock and on sale for only $15.99. Don't miss the President's Day sale.
There is still time for amazing savings at More Furniture. The remaining inventory from our holiday sale is all priced to sell, and new stock is arriving daily. It's your opportunity to get the very best in value and style for every room in your home. So go on, create that cozy living room you've been thinking about. Design a sanctuary bedroom or become the host of your dreams with an immaculate dining set. It's all on sale. Visit morefurniture.com to preview all sales specials.
Right now, lease a 2022 GMC Sierra for $495 a month, and GE will include a $500 rebate and a $1,500 lease loyalty rebate for qualified buyers. The Sierra features a 310 horsepower high-output engine and 8-speed automatic transmission, best-in-class crew cab, stylish 20-inch wheels, and much more. Come see the selection of new Sierras just off I-90 at George G. Buick GMC, the top volume GMC Buick dealer in Washington State.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Friday and the weekend with the Morning Sprint. The city of Spokane will start curbside pickup for yard waste again on Monday, and Destiny Richards is live with what goes in those green bins. Sydney Charles has the latest details on new pledges from the U.S. on the one-year anniversary of Russia's war with Ukraine. But let's get right to Mark first thing telling us about a bitter cold start to your weekend.
Oh, yeah, we're sitting in our first alert weather at 4 degrees, and with the light winds, we're sitting at about 8 below zero right now. We're going to see those temperatures warm up. I mean, only to 24. 42 is an average high for this time of year, but we're going to see less wind and more sunshine, so things look pretty good. Right now, your morning wind chill as you're getting ready to head out the door this morning. It's 13 below in Deer Park, 11 below into the West Plains. Into Cheney, you're at 13 below zero. So make sure that you're dressed appropriately and you limit your time outdoors this morning. This afternoon, the sun comes out. Things are going to look pretty good, so be prepared for that. And again, we look at the next 12 hours. It's going to be sunny and a high today of 24 degrees.
And today marks 1 year since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This morning, the people of Ukraine, backed by the U.S. and NATO allies, are still fighting back. President Biden has announced a new $2 billion military aid package to Ukraine. The White House also announcing new sanctions on more than 200 people and companies in Russia, as well as Chinese companies accused of evading sanctions on Russia. On today's one-year mark of the Russian invasion, Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Ukraine's foreign minister are live coming up in a few minutes on Good Morning America.
Police have identified 15-year-old Shadrach Hall Turner as the victim in Wednesday's shooting in Reardon. He was a student at Reardon High School, and although class was in session yesterday, we're told teachers used that time to focus on healing for students trying to cope with losing a classmate. Police say a night with a group of boys hanging out, playing video games, ended with one getting shot. The teenager who fired the gun is being held on charges for first-degree manslaughter and unlawful possession of a firearm, although those charges haven't been finalized. Public safety, housing, and mental health were some topics in Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward's State of the City address. She says she consistently hears from the community about the need to feel safe and stable. The mayor spoke about the accomplishments made within the year and how she plans to move the city forward. She also emphasized the importance of working together as a community. Mayor Woodward also said public safety is the city's top priority. To find out what else she discussed at her State of the City address last night, you can head to KXLY.com. A fire destroyed a mobile home southwest of Spokane. It happened around 4:30 yesterday afternoon on Max's Lane, just off of Assembly. According to Battalion Chief Joe Hennessy with Fire District 3, the home was a partial loss and crews salvaged some belongings for the homeowner. The Red Cross is providing assistance to the two people who lived there.
And we've been live this morning talking all about these green bins. The City of Spokane's yard waste curbside pickup starts on Monday, goes March through November. They take everything from food scraps to food soiled paper and yard waste, like the leaves that fell this past fall. You can go to our website, KXLY.com, for more information about what happens to all of that waste and how you can make compost yourself.
Disgraced Hollywood producer Harvey Weinstein has just been sentenced to 16 years more in prison. A California jury convicted him in December of raping a model and actress in a Beverly Hills hotel room in 2013. Weinstein is already serving a 23-year prison sentence handed down in New York in 2020 for another rape conviction. A lawmaker in Idaho has introduced a bill that could bring back firing squads as a method of carrying out the death penalty. Lately, the state has had trouble getting a hold of the drugs needed for lethal injection. If approved, a firing squad would only be used if those drugs were not available. The bill still needs a public hearing before the committee will decide whether to send it to the House for consideration. As more people pack into the inland Northwest, there could be more affordable housing on the horizon in Spokane. Lawmakers say they are now trying to pull out all the stops to incentivize more housing. The Pavement to People ordinance would bring that housing downtown. Parking areas, we are told, account for 30% of downtown land, and at the busiest point in the day, only 56% of those spots are utilized. In an effort to help the housing crisis, lawmakers see this as an opportunity to build affordable housing in the downtown area. 50% of the units built would be required to be affordable housing units at different affordability levels. The other half could be regular market rate housing. We'll be back with a final check of your weather with Mark right after this.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
If your checking account isn't earning you money, it's time to switch to bonus checking from Numerica. the account that earns an incredible 2% annual percentage yield. That could earn you up to $500 every year or more.
This Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, Walker's Furniture is ending the shortest month of the year with the biggest discounts of the year. For 28 hours only, get the biggest store-wide discounts up to 70% off. Plus, leave your credit cards at home and take advantage of no money down, no minimum purchase special financing for 5 years. So you can get that new living room or bedroom furniture you've always wanted and pay for it over time with no money down during the 28-hour sale this weekend at Walker's.
Your kids want smartphones, but too much screen time can be dangerous. How do parents find a healthy balance? And what's at stake if we don't? I'm Derek Dice. 4 News Now starts the conversation with my special report, The Social Media Effect, Tuesday on Good Morning Northwest.
The sun is up and the cold is still here. We're sitting at 4 degrees. Our wind chill is at 7 below zero. We take a look at the current winds, and much less than we've seen over the last couple of days. Coeur d'Alene still at 14 miles an hour with a big wind chill. So again, we need you to dress appropriately. It is very cold. Now, our high today under a sunny sky and calmer winds this afternoon is going to be 24. Tomorrow, it's going to be partly cloudy and 35. Oh, it's going to be wonderful. Now, we get into Sunday. We're going to see 1 to 2 inches of snow there, and then upper 30s with showers for next week.
All right, we can do this. Mark, thanks so much. And thank you for being with us this morning. We hope you have a fantastic Friday. We'll see you throughout GMA.